Fellas, week one officially in the books. We'll get into it. Low scoring week across the league, across all of the leagues. Not a lot of our top producers produced. We'll dive into it as we always do. Went 2-3 this week. As you can see here, I got my game right, and I got Char right. The other games got you wrong. We'll keep this updated throughout the year. And we'll go from there. But before we jump into the winner and loser of the week, I do have a special guest for everyone. Chad, doing a little intro video. Want to say hi to the fellas. Everyone put a face to the name. Hit him up for some trades, maybe. Chad, welcome to the league, buddy. What you got to say?
Hey guys, me and Jared thought it'd be a good idea to do like intro videos, the newest member of the group, while we're getting the videos from the winners and losers of the week. So my name's Chad, aka Tootin' on him. Pretty stoked about Bayshaw, see what's going to happen with Tank Bixby going to Philly. But yeah, some of you guys might remember me from Sean's wedding if you were there. I know I talked to, I think, a couple of you. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I was secretly giving the bartenders money to give me doubles that night, and I got pretty blasted. So, you know, don't take offense if I don't remember you or remember your face or anything like that. Happens a lot with me. I typically drink more than I can handle, but we maintained, right? Shout out Sean for a badass fucking wedding. But yeah, thank you for letting me join your league. This has been so far an awesome experience. You guys do some cool stuff with these videos. I think that's the coolest thing ever. I'm trying to incorporate that into my league, see if I can get the commissioners on board with it, because it just adds an extra layer, right, to all this stuff rather than just punishments. I think it's fucking awesome. So super stoked to be a part of this league. No, I'm lowest on the power rankings. Hopefully we can change that around. Not a super hot start to week one against Noto. AJ Brown, I thought was going to be my scapegoat for winning that week. You know, Bo Nix just decided to forget how to play football, and that's totally fine. It's week one, right? I'm not going to overreact. I'm not freaking out. Not freaking out at all. But yeah, we're going to have a comeback season. I think I'm going to hopefully compete, and I'm looking forward to this league specifically. This is the one I care about the most, being the new guy, and we'll see. Maybe I can sneak into the playoffs and piss some people off. So thanks, guys.
Yes, Chad. Welcome to the league. I had a great time sitting next to you and your wife at Sean's wedding. We had a blast. I'm shocked you don't remember talking about the pitfalls, perks, all the benefits of capitalism versus communism with Sammy for about an hour. It was a great conversation for me to listen in on as you two dove into the realms of all of your political beliefs, which was very funny to listen to. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about fantasy football. So first, before I get into the matchups, we'll hear from the loser of the week first, someone who is very familiar, having to make a video with this from last year, picking up right where he left off. Jackie boy, what do you got to say for us?
Gentlemen, it was a turbulent week one for Certified Ingram fan here. Didn't expect to be the low scorer this week. Don't expect to be going forward. Pretty confident in my squad still. It was just rough for first week across the board. Receivers really let me down. T. Higgins, not good. They look terrible, the Bengals. The Dolphins might go 0-17, and having wide receiver 2 on that team might not be good either. Flexes really let me down. Reached for Golden in the draft, and that didn't pay out at all. So we'll see how that goes going forward. Overall, still really confident in the squad. I mean, it's always fun playing Stern in the first week of fantasy every year. Tough to lose it again, but we'll see. We'll try to get revenge here later on in the season. Overall, not worried at all. There's a lot of worse teams in the league. Definitely not the worst. I might score low, but we're gonna get some wins. So, Certified Ingram fan, we're out. Good luck to everybody this season. Looking forward to it. God bless.
Yes, very rough showing for Jack, as he mentioned. 82 points, low score by far. Stern only would have beat him. I'll get into the matchup more specifically, but I will highlight that I did say, why are we starting the Ravens defense in my video, and he didn't pull them, and they got a -7 points. So wouldn't have been enough to get, you know, a win if he started a defense that got 0, but you never want your defense to outscore negatively a couple of your wide receivers. So Jack finds himself right back where he left off last year, making loser of the week videos. On the flip side, we have Char edging me and Noto out. I sent a text to Noto chirping him after JJ caught that touchdown. And then right after that, Aaron Jones with a 40-yard touchdown catch to give Char the lead and winner of the week. Char, congratulations, your first winner of the week video. What do you got to say?
Gentlemen, it's been a long time coming since I've got to make a video and make an appearance on Jared's weekly recaps. So, I mean, it's great to be here, honestly. Last year, didn't make an appearance until I lost in the playoffs, and I was just hoping my first appearance on these videos was not a loser of the week, and it's not, so that's pretty good. I mean, whew, I don't know how I got here, to be honest with you. I mean, my team had some real stinkers. I mean, Xavier Worthy played 2 snaps. The Steelers defense, 1 point to the Jets is just pathetic. And then Mark Andrews doing Mark Andrews things. I mean, he's going to be touchdown dependent all season, so I have to figure that out. But overall, I mean, the fact that I got here with 3 players dropping goose eggs speaks volumes about my squad. It's a great week 1. You know, there's a lot of things that I think that they need to focus on and things that can get better. But I do want to take the time to appreciate a few players who stepped up this week. Josh Allen, I mean, what can you do? You draft one of the best players in football. He's going to win you games. I mean, he dropped, 40? That's pretty damn good. At the fault of the Ravens just fucking up again. So thank you, John Harbaugh. Thank you for that and letting Josh Allen basically win my matchup this week. Christian McCaffrey, hopefully this is not his just 1 week appearance for the season. If it is, I probably won't be making one of these videos again. But today's not that day. He's a beast. He's basically all the Niners have at this point with George Kittle being out. So hopefully the injury luck stays good with him. Puka Nacua, absolute beast. I wish he'd cut his hair. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty stupid. But if he's going to drop 20 points a game with hair like that, go for it. Do what you got to do. JSN being the only good thing about the Seahawks. So we'll see there. And then, I mean, we got some pretty average performances from Tet as well as Aaron Jones. But that's okay. We'll take that when, your stars carry your squad. I will say there were some things said predetermined before this week ended by, certain managers of this league who were expecting to be making a video today. And that's not the case, So with fantasy, you just got to wait until everything finishes. But yeah, I hope this isn't the last video I make. If it is, that means my season's probably gone to shit. But it's a great week 1 from my boys. Shout out to all the fellas, though. It's, great to be competing against all of you this year. And, I'm excited. Hopefully, again, my squad does better than this because 134 or something's pretty low. But we'll take it. I appreciate you guys giving me your hard-earned money. It's gone to good use, and I will hopefully see you guys again.
Char, just always great to hear you talk, man. If I was ever looking for a recruiter, you'd be the one I'd go to. But congratulations on your winner of the week, 134.46, edging me out by 0.9. Not close to matchup with Sean. Again, we'll get into it, but we will start, as I did the predictions, the same order. First matchup was Sky and Omar. Omar takes home the victory. Final score 112-99. Omar led in scoring by Travis Etienne, Cortland Sutton. The Bengals defense actually ended up being okay. That was a decent play. Jamar with a stinker was his lowest score. Lab McConkey was decent. He had a bunch of decent guys across the board, but he is struggling at QB. I think he did pick someone up this week, which I'll get into, but T-Law did not really look the part. James Conner did score that touchdown, but he ceded a lot of work to Trey Benson, which he hasn't historically. Omar's got to be a little concerned there. And then Kelsey getting in the end zone, that was just all-time after all the crap I gave him, the Kelsey scores on Friday night. And he has Ricky Pearsall on the bench, Jaylen Warren on the bench, Niners D on the bench, Laporta looked good on the bench. So Omar's team, when Jamar gets it going, which he will, he could be pretty good. He takes down Sky. I did get this game wrong. Sky, after all that yapping and complaining about how he should be higher than 5 and how I'm slighting him and disrespecting him, fails to break 100, and we are a PPR league with an additional flex. For some reason, starting 2 Browns players did not work out for him. But all the experts were telling him to start Jerome Ford. Experts don't know what they're talking about, guy. Jaden Daniels leading scorer with 20 points. Kamara found the end zone. CD looked good on Thursday night. He dropped a bunch of open passes that would have netted him probably another 20 points. I probably would have put him over. BTJ, his day was saved by that handoff. Trey McBride looked good. Tyron Tracy did not look good, but the Giants really didn't look good. Texans defense was a fine play. So I think better days are ahead for Sky's team if he can figure out maybe we don't start so many Browns players, but he did just pick up the other Browns running back. And he actually has both. He has Dylan Sampson and Quinshawn. So we'll get into that more. I think maybe we just got to give Sky all the Browns players, and he'll get some dubs. But yeah, Omar 1-0. Sky drops to 0-1. 9th place. Tough look. Second matchup, got this one wrong as well. Noto, the new certified Ingram fam, 125. Tootin' on him. Chad, our newcomer, 103. I thought Noto was cooked after Thursday night. A.J. Brown with 1 catch. Did not look good. Mahomes brought him back right in the thick of things, 26 points. That would have been, I think, its highest scoring output from all of last season. Bijan ripping off the 50-yard touchdown. He looked fantastic. Bucky had a decent week. Garrett Wilson probably was the biggest surprise for me. He looked really good with Fields. He did drop that pass at the end where he got leveled by Jalen Ramsey, but he still had a really good game, and he was 2 yards away from scoring another touchdown. So I feel like Noto's got to be pretty pumped about that pick. Evan Ingram did get hurt, so he didn't full game. Trayvon Henderson, the Pats got to use him more. Jacoby Myers looked really good, 17 points. Lions defense, a little disappointing. I was surprised by that play. The Packers were supposed to be really good. Lions only had 2 lines, kind of looked like dog shit, honestly. But 125, good for the 3rd highest scorer across the league. Again, down scoring across the league, but that's not to diminish. Noto had a very good week, respectively. Chad with 103 was not bottom 3 in scoring. I think he was 5th, 6th in scoring, I want to say. Yeah, so we have 4 teams not break 100. He broke 100, and he beat Sammy too. He was 5th in scoring, so he was top 5 in scoring. So actually, decent week compared to the team. Got unlucky with his matchup. Bo Nix sucked. I mean, I had Bo in another league. I'm no longer a Bo lever. He just looked horrible. Derrick Henry looked awesome. Josh Jacobs found the end zone as he always does. Marvin Harrison Jr. actually looked pretty good. Terry didn't look good. Tyler Warren, what a great pick that was. And then his 2 flexes are hurting for sure. He needs Darnell Mooney to be a guy for him when he comes back. Pacheco is not good at football anymore ever since that broken leg. And then Jameson Williams with, the Lions offense as a whole without Ben Johnson, they might be cooked. I think Jared Goff doesn't have it. I'm sorry to say that, Sam. I know that's your guy, but I don't think he has it. So, not a close matchup. Noto gets the win. Chad does take an L opening week, but we get better. We learn. Our third matchup, Char, winner of the week versus Sean, who did not break 100, 134-99. Char already talked about it, but yeah, his team, even with Xavier Worthy getting to 0, Mark Andrews getting 1, his defense getting 1, was the highest scorer this week. Josh Allen with 38, CMC with 23 when he's healthy is awesome. Aaron Jones with 15, he had that long touchdown catch, he looked good, even though I think Jordan Mason is the RB1. Aaron Jones obviously gets a lot of work in the passing game. JJ McCarthy really turned it up at the end there. JSN looked really good, Puka looked great, and Tet was fine. Char left some points on the bench too, with Emeka on the bench, Keenan on the bench, and then Hunter Henry with his tight end too. So Char's team's looking scary right now. If his guys can stay healthy, if obviously Xavier Worthy hasn't, but if the rest of his guys can stay healthy, he has enough depth that he can make a run. Sean, I talked about it beforehand. I wasn't super high on the Dolphins, and boy, did that take look correct this week. A-Kane saved his day by having that garbage time 4th and 10 touchdown. Tyreek hasn't, I don't know what's going on with him. I just don't know if he's good anymore. Tucker Kraft was fine. Sean basically had a bunch of guys score between 5 to 10 points. He didn't have anyone score higher than 16. So not a promising outing. Breece Hall on the bench, that was tough. He looked good. Fields on the bench with 29 over Jordan Love. I don't think there was anything Sean could have done to get the win, even if he started everyone perfect. I don't think it would have mattered. But he's got me next week. He knows I've disrespected his team in the power rankings. I'm sure he's had this calendar. It's been marked. So we'll see what happens. But Char with the win, 134-99. Fourth matchup, our dumpster fire, toilet bowl, shit bowl matchup of the week. Jack and Stern. Stern, second lowest scorer of the league, gets the win 98-82. Honestly, After Stern's season last year, he deserved to get a win with how rough that was for him. He was led in scoring by Jalen and James Cook, both with over 20. Genty with 12. No one else broke 10 on his team. It was a pretty poor showing across the board, but Pittman looked good on his bench. Bill had the touchdown, who is the soon-to-be Kami's RB1 for sure. Better days are ahead for Stern. Jack, hopefully better days are ahead. Burrow and T, the stat combined for 14 points. You're not going to win many games with that happening. Obviously, I talked about the Ravens defense already. Brock Bowers looked good and looks to have avoided a serious knee injury, which is obviously very good for him. Jalen Waddle stinks, but he does have Javonte on the bench. Caleb had 24 on the bench. Hollywood Brown had 20 on the bench. So I think his bench outscored his starters. Yeah, his bench scored 103. His starters scored 82. So if he would have just played his bench, which is fewer guys, he would have won. So just do that next time, Jack. Pretty piss poor showing from both these teams, so I won't harp on it too much. Stern gets the win 98-82. Our final matchup of last week, before I get into predictions, me and Sammy, I do win by a score of 133-103, a 30-point win to start the year. I do move to 5-0 all-time in Week 1 matchups against Sammy. So that is tough for Sammy. Maybe next year is the year he does finally start the season with a win. Led in scoring by Lamar and Dalton Kincaid, but the matchup was over before Kincaid even had a chance. Jameer had 15 as well, DK with 12. Nico looked horrible. I have him in another league. The Texans offense just looked real bad. Devontae obviously didn't see a lot of work. Omari and Hampton, I'm not overly concerned about him. I think the Chiefs' run defense is good, and he actually looked decent. He looked like he was quick. Kenneth Walker I would be concerned about because they're using him as an equal to Charbonnet. That's going to be a pain in the butt to monitor. And then Kami's defense with 8. Sammy with 103, bottom 5 in scoring, barely broke 100. But like I said, it was a low-scoring week across the league. On my side of the matchup, led in scoring by Zay Flowers at 28, my 6th-round pick. Baker at 22. JJ caught a touchdown. Kittle was on track for a monster day, caught a touchdown real early. Then he pulled his hamstring, and now he's on IR. So that was a bummer. And then I was like, oh, well, at least Juwan Jennings will see an uptick in targets. And then Juwan Jennings got hurt. So that was tough, seeing both 49ers pass catchers I have go down. Chase Brown scored a touchdown early, and then the Bengals offense just stalled. JT got robbed on the goal line by Daniel Jones twice, which was a bummer. But all in all, decent week. Cedric Tillman on the bench was 16 as well. Got to find maybe a way to get him in the lineup. But we will see. Happy to come away with a win. All respect to my lovely opponent, Sammy, and I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors, but we're happy to start off with a win once again. Great matchups across the board for Week 2, and we're just happy football's back. Got a banger Thursday night game, too. Commies in Lambeau. That's going to be a great game. Hopefully the Commies are for real. We'll see. Our first match, and I did say this in the chat, we have every 1-0 team playing every 0-1 team. So in theory, there's a chance the whole league is 1-1 after this week, which would be electric scenes. Our first matchup, we got Corndog and Sammy. Sammy comes in at about a 1-point favorite. They're 50-50 on the matchup predictor. We got, no major changes from last week, honestly. Let me click around for 1 second. I don't like that view. I'm going to go to the box score view instead. All right, Mahomes actually looked good, but he's got a tough Eagles defense, so I don't think he's going to score 20. Bijan will be good. We'll see about A.J. Brown. Garrett Wilson should be good again. I don't know if Noto, I bet he ends up starting Kyle Pitts, which would be wild in this year, 2025, because I don't know if Evan Ingram's going to play. I don't know if he practiced today. We'll see. He's dealing with a calf injury. Also, Bo Nix sucks, if I didn't mention that already. We'll see. Sammy, Lamar against Cleveland. Cleveland always plays the Ravens tough, so that's a weird matchup. And then he's got Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid in the matchup. So he's benched Devontae Smith after Week 1. He does have Quentin Johnson that he picked up off the waivers as well. Maybe he cracks lineup, but then he's double dipping with the Chargers. He's double dipping with the Bills right now. We'll see. Maybe Kenneth Walker finds the bench. I don't know. Sammy's got some lineup decisions to make. Kenneth Walker only projected for 11 points. That's not what you want on your 4th-round pick. I'm yapping. I got more predictions to make. This one's going to be Sammy. Sammy with a bounce-back win after losing gracefully Week 1. Takes down Corndog, the new certified Ingram fan. Our second matchup, Char and Sky. Char, 136 projection. That is the highest in the league this week. 136, 133, two of the highest projected scores. No matchup changes. I lied. There is a matchup change from Char. He does bench Xavier Worthy because he's probably not going to play. Egbuka gets the start, who looked phenomenal last week. I don't know if you saw the article, but he said, give me the ball at the end. He called game, which is crazy. And he does bench Mark Andrews in favor of Hunter Henry. So Char making some early roster decisions, which nothing I would expect from a great commissioner such as Alexander Charlanzio. We got Josh Allen, CMC, Aaron Jones, JSN, Puka, Tet still in the lineup. Maybe subs Tet out for Keenan Allen. I'm not sure. He gets Juwan off waivers. I took his guy Harold. Sorry to do that to you, brother, but needed a tight end with George Kittle going down. Sky side of the matchup, it's there. I don't know if he has any. Did he bench all of his Ravens players? Yeah, he's benching his Browns players, who he did have Dylan Sampson in this morning when I checked. Fat Debo does get the start. That guy's obese. Calvin Ridley, who looked horrible, is in his lineup. BTJ, I'm asking the question, is he good with Trevor Lawrence? Because I think he was only good when Mac Jones was playing last year. And then Tyron Tracy getting the start as well. So he's going 2 running backs, 4 receivers, Trey McBride, Jay Daniels on Thursday night. Cowboys defense against the Giants. Char sticking with the Steelers defense, who didn't really look that good. Char comes in a 2-point favorite. I think that's correct. I think Char takes the win here. And I feel confident saying that. Third matchup. Oh boy. Omar and Jack. 128 projected, 125. Omar comes in a 3-point favorite. I thought he wasn't going to start Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, but it does look like we're rocking with the double Jags. Etienne obviously gets a boost with Tank Bigsby being traded. Our boy from Tech, Tootin, hopefully finds his way to crack the lineup. He's very fast, very good at Virginia Tech, even though Tech, as a program, should be disbanded and Brent Pry should be fired into the sun. Lab McConkey looked good, even though he was wide open. Herbert was just targeting Keenan, so that's something to monitor over there. Drake London is going to play, it looks like. Laporta does find his way in the lineup over Travis Kelce, even though Kelce's projected for more than him. I'm 100% sure that this is not the lineup that Omar is going to roll out on Sunday. He's going to tinker with it a bunch of times until then, because that's what he does. James Conner finding his way in the lineup still. Great. I am shocked to see Cortland Sutton on the bench for him. I really, really don't know what he's going to do. If I was a gambling man, which I am not, I would say he's going to end up subbing Cortland Sutton in for Ricky Pearsall. And I know his heart is telling him to bench Jamar, but obviously he's not going to. But he's very upset with Jamar's performance from last week. Jack's side of the matchup, Burrow, Saquon, Chuba, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, Brock Bowers, Matt Golden, Diggs, Ravens defense. So, I don't think he's made any changes to the lineup at all, even though I texted him last night. Jalen Waddle, if you're still starting him, what are you doing, guy? Get Javonte Williams in that lineup. Diggs was just fine. Kayshawn, who Chad stole from waivers off me, looks like the Patriots wide receiver 1 right now. Diggs is still ramping up. We'll see how that goes. Matt Golden obviously did not look very good, only 3 points last week, and then popped up on the injury report. Maybe he plugs in Hollywood Brown. Jack has some lineup moves to make. I can only go off what's on my screen. And what I'm seeing is Omar winning. I will say, I think Jack is not the loser of the week next week. I think he'll make some adjustments, but I do think Omar takes this one. Fourth matchup, we got our 5th and 6th place team squaring off. Our lowest scoring winner, our highest scoring loser, Stern and Chad. Chad does look like, as of right now, he's still rocking with Bo Nix. We'll see about that. He comes in about a 7-point dog here. I will say that. I do think Keyshawn Boutte his projection's got to be way up. That's the Patriots wide receiver 1. He's looking like a dog, even though he popped up on the injury report today. Bo Nix should probably hit the bench. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, fantastic running back core. Marvin Harrison looked good. Terry, I'm sure, will have a better game than he did last week. Tyler Warren has looked great. J-Mo, I'd be a little concerned about. Cardinals defense against Carolina should be a good play. So, there's a lot of passion on this team from Chad, and that's what we like to see in this league. He wants it. Like I said last week, I can feel him wanting it from here. Stern. Jalen Hurts, who I didn't even realize Sammy was talking smack about him drafting Jalen, which is just hilarious. A hilarious beef that we have found. Genty, James Cook looked real good. Amon-Ra, he might be cooked with Ben Johnson gone. I think all the Lions were just Ben Johnson merchants. DJ Moore, I'm surprised he's not dead. I thought Caleb Williams literally killed him with that hospital pass. TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, George Pickens. So we're double dipping on the Bears, which is probably not good based off that showing. We got the Vikings defense gets Atlanta. Hopefully Pickens, catches. He just needs like one long ball. He's got the Giants, who are not a formidable opponent, obviously. I think it's going to be Chad. Like, I know Stern's a 7-point favorite. I'm assuming Chad's not going to start Bo Nix, but even if he does, I feel like they're sleeping on Kayshawn. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with Chad on this one. I'm going to pick him again. If he burns me again, we might have to switch up the strategy, but let's go Chad. Final matchup, me and Shawnee boy. Sean comes in at a 7-point favorite. We're hurting with Kittle going down. We took him with the 4th-round pick. We thought we were going to have elite tight end. Losing him hurts a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, fellas. That one was a bummer. Obviously, Juwan Jennings gets banged up too, but 49ers as a whole probably takes a little bit of a hit with Mac Jones coming in, but you guys know my theory. I've said Mac Jones could do what Brock Purdy does. It's about to be put to the test, but that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss this matchup. Baker, all the experts are telling me to start Drake May over Baker this week, but I don't know how I can bench a guy like Baker Mayfield, even for my glorious king Drake May. Chase Brown against Jags. JT against Denver, that's not a very good matchup. That concerns me a little bit. Justin Jefferson, Zay Flowers, Mike Evans, Dave Montgomery, revenge game against Chicago, anytime touchdown scorer, not a gambler, but if you are a gambler, book it. And then Broncos defense against the Colts. So I got my defense going against my player. You can see the predicament I'm in. Sean has benched Jordan Love, his savior, for Justin Fields, which is, I can't say I'm surprised, but we'll see if he flips it back. Maybe he goes with J Love. And I texted Sean this, if the Dolphins run all over the Patriots and both Tyreek Hill and A-Kane pop off and Sean wins and the Dolphins win and I lose and the Patriots lose, I'm going to lose my mind. You guys aren't going to hear from me. It's going to be real bad across the board if that happens. So for the league's sake, let's hope that doesn't happen, right? Malik Neighbors, obviously very good, but he does have Russell Wilson at QB. Tucker Kraft, he will probably score a touchdown on Thursday. And Brees looked real good. Travis Hunter, we'll see, right? 9 points last week. Who's to say? I want to pick myself here. I think my boy Harold is going to come through for me, but obviously we're very hurt about the Kittle loss, as I've already said. I think the path to victory will be difficult, but I will be picking myself until I lose. So I'm not going to say that's not going to be this week, but I'm hoping that it's not. If you tuned in for the whole thing, even if you watch 1.5 speed, God bless you. Love this league. Love you guys. Good luck to everyone. And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't made any trades yet. It's almost week 2, baby. Come on. Good luck, everyone.